what is happening in Syria with the Kurds, and also how it affects our community here. And you might think, wait a second, we're on two different sides of the world. Actually, Nashville has the largest Kurdish community in the United States, so this very much is a local issue, what is happening so many hundreds of thousands of miles away. Thank you all for both being here. And by the way, if you're just joining us, Tabeer Sindi is here with us, and also Dara Aziz. And we were talking in the commercial break. You wanted to expand a little bit. This isn't just about a fight for land and how Turkey wants to grab land or back and forth. It really is how Turkey views the Kurdish people.
Absolutely. What it is like Turkey is more afraid of what Kurds believe in rather than being afraid of the Kurds themselves. What Kurds believe in is about equal opportunity for everyone. What Kurds believe is about people, different minorities, different religions living peacefully together for thousands of years. It's really hard to go another country and find so many different religions living together. In Kurdistan, in northern Iraq, for example, and perhaps in northern Syria, we have Yazidis, we have Christians, as Mr. Sindi elaborated before. We have all different kind of people living together with no issues for so many years. And this is not what countries in the region want. What they want is they want to promote a radical thinking. They want to use that ideology for their own use. We see what Iran does in the region by trying to create a Shiite crescent. We see what some of the Sunni countries in the region do by recruiting all these jihadis and paying all the money. For example, Qatar, he does spend a lot of money. And same with Turkey. As I mentioned before, the ISIS was neighbor of Turkey for a couple of years, and there was no problem. And as soon as Kurds take those ISIS fighters out of the area, then all of a sudden Kurds become terrorists and they have to be wiped out. So that's the problem. For Kurdish, in the Kurdish mentality, women have the true right and the true respect that they deserve, which is not the case in some of these countries, unfortunately.
Clearly.
So that is part of the reason that not only Turkey but the other regional countries are against a mentality of Kurdish region. And as I said, the Kurds want to really showcase that how their future would look like if they are allowed and if they're supported.
I want to go back to the phone lines real quick. Lucy is joining us. Hi, Lucy. Thanks for being with us. What's your question?
Hey, y'all. I just want to say my heart goes out to any and all Kurds here or anywhere in the world. I have met quite a few of them, and I feel like when I meet a Kurd, I meet a Nashvilleian. The gentleman owns my right. I'd just like to say you look exactly like my youngest brother. You could be his twin, and I don't mean to insult you like that. But anyway, listen, gentlemen, I appreciate you coming on. I've studied the Kurds more, believe it or not, and it's not just because it's Halloween that I'm saying this. It's due to Count Dracula. I got into reading about Vlad the Impaler, and it brought me to the Sultan, and it brought me into the Ottoman Empire, and brought me into the country of Turkey. And I've gone back as far as the president, I think is what they called him when they appointed, they took out the monarchy, I think it was, in around 20 or 23, and installed this president or whatever he is. That's when Turkey started dividing people, because they cohabitated there for a long time too. But I think Rick Steves Europe on PBS did a special on Turkey, and it showed how where Arabs and Christians and non-Christians and non-Arabs lived cohabitationally for thousands of years. And when that happened in the early 20s, and I got a good idea, I know why it happened, that's when they literally moved people and separated people throughout Turkey. So from what I understand now about Turkey, that's their MO. And you know how it got there and why they ever did that. I just didn't understand why they separated, made all the Christians move here and the Muslims move there and all this stuff. And now I'm seeing that they're bringing Arabs to the border, that where the Kurds had secured that border, and they're bringing Arabs there. I just really think that the Turkish people, or not the people, but their government is into this whole relocation and segregation kind of stuff. I want to give a shout out to the Roxanne Brigade. I have a high degree of respect for them. What you say about Kurdish men and how they treat women is right. I've had young Kurdish men help me with my car. They've been very respectful to me, and most of those guys I have met that have done that to me have been Muslim. So it's just a culture of people. I wish more people would understand, and I wish they would stand up for the Kurds so they can have their own country and be identified and their rights be respected. So, gentlemen, I am so sorry for what has happened in the past few weeks with the loss of more Kurdish lives.
Well,
and I personally met a young woman that spent her whole childhood in a relocation camp because her village was gassed by Saddam Hussein. So once again, my heart goes out to you, and I'm thinking of you, and I know a lot of Nashvilleians have respect for you guys, and they are as well. All righty, good night.
Thank you
for the
Lucy.
phone call.
Thank you, Lucy, and I really appreciate your support and all of the support that you receive from our Nashvilleians and from Tennesseans. It's really humbling, and we really appreciate that. And Lucy brings another really good point of what Turkey does. And the other funny thing is that right now we're deciding and we're trying to figure out if there was an Armenian genocide, which of course was 1.5 million died, but at the same time there is a live genocide going on at this moment at the hands of those jihadis supported by Turkey in Northern Syria. Families are being killed, children are being killed, houses are being destroyed, and people are being displaced for no reason rather than hatred toward Kurds. So thank you for your support, Lucy.
We do have another phone call to get to. We're going to do that right after the break, so stay where you are.